Hey, what's going on YouTube? What's up? I think that we're live now, and I'm excited to practice classical guitar with you all today. Thank you for tuning in. I haven't touched the guitar, so we're going to be starting out with scales. Cool, that's feeling solid so far. How's it going? What's going on, folks? What's going on? I hope y'all are having a good Sunday. So, I'm super freaking excited. I'm going to try live streaming another one of my lessons. So, I've done this in the past and it went okay, but I think I've updated some technical settings and things that might make it more interesting and more entertaining. So, I hope that you all stick around for that. It's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. So, anybody who's still here, you're in for a treat. Chris Ladd is incredible. My teacher is absurdly good, and it's going to be fun. So, let's try to get some metronome action going. I want to practice for 3 minutes at a time, each of the different bookmarks that I have saved. So, yeah, okay. Yo, what's up, Fire? How are you, man? Yukon do ite. I've never done that. No, have you? Sup? I'm great, man. About to do a lesson. We'll see how it goes. It might be a shit show. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to make this awesome. So we're gonna live stream an actual guitar lesson. coming up. I haven't touched the guitar until like right now, so. Whew. All right. There was 50%, now we're at 75%. Let's try G major. I will play some actual music in a moment here, y'all. I don't know that one. Damn it. This is rough. This is getting rough right now. Let's settle. Let's zone in. Let's calm down. Whew. I'm feeling like a little nervous or something about this lesson coming up in 15 minutes, y'all. I hope that you stick around. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really fun if you're still here. Okay, so I'm going to pause. Let's warm up a little bit more with some actual music. Let's do 999. Okay. So here is a Prelude for the Lute by Johann Sebastian Bach, and I hope you enjoy it. it's giant meh. Also, my 6th string was very sharp. Yep, it's quite sharp. Thought so. A little bit sharp. All right. Let's do it one more time. We're still warming up. We're still warming up, y'all. Whew. Cool. That's feeling a little bit better. I need scissors because these strings have been making a lot of noise recently, and it's a little embarrassing to get something like that during a lesson. By the way, 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we're going to be live streaming a lesson with my teacher, so I hope you stick around for that. It's going to be super fun. Be right back. All right. Oh, I gotta move this. We don't want to be accidentally plugging other guitarists. That would be not smart. All right. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, folks? I hope you all are having a good day. Snip these strings. Snip these strings. Make sure the cats don't eat them. Luna's looking very interested in what's happening right now. Luna's looking super curious. Ah! This is embarrassing because like I'm due to change my strings already, and I'm just like now finally snipping snipping the ends so it doesn't look so sloppy. But I'm about to like change them tonight or tomorrow. Hey, Luna, do not, hey, kitty. All right. And every time I do this, I think I'm really dulling these kitchen scissors. I should really get some dedicated string cutters. But I don't have that. I've been too lazy to get them. I have one set, I just don't know where they are. I have a combined tuner / string cutter thing. Or not tuner, like string winder. Tuning peg winder. Alright, we got a bunch of little ends of strings, and now let's put them up. Let's hide them somewhere. And let's get back to practice. Let's put the earbuds back in just in case Chris shows up to the Zoom, and then we'll switch the scene to the Zoom, the fancy new Zoom scene that I've created. Yeah. I think we should do some scales some more. We did 75% a moment ago. Let's do 88% on G major. I'm starting to feel like a sharp, like as if I got like a shard of glass or something in my tip. I've never felt that before. What is this? What is going on? Never felt that in my life until right now. Interesting. Okay, so soon we're going to do the Zoom lesson thing. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so 126 is rough right now today. At 126, rough with G, M, I. So let's stay on that for a second. This is so weird. Yeah, I've got like it's like as if there's like some piece of glass or something. Did I get a splinter? Is there a splinter? It's so strange. Hey Chris, what's going on? Oh, all right, y'all. So Chris just arrived. We're gonna switch over to the Zoom. So hey Chris, what's going on? Hello.
Give me 1 second. I got to go turn the furnace off
Okay.
so it's not blaring.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Cool. Hey.
All right, that's going to turn off in a few minutes, and it won't be like a jet engine in the background.
Sure thing. Let me hit the record button. Cool. So, how do you feel about live streaming this one?
It's fine. You can live stream them all.
Okay, yeah, just check.
That's
Yeah.
totally up to you how you want to roll. Whether
Yeah.
you record it and then do your thing, or whether you want to live stream it man. It's
Sure.
it's fine.
I just figure at least right now I'll just notify you. There's currently 8 people watching, which
Good.
is cool.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So I got
uh-huh.
I
Text.
got your lesson manifesto.
I have way more questions than that per week,
That's fine.
so it's
Doing
good
this way
to.
is fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
and so where we are with the Browers, we've got 10 more to do.
Okay, should we? Yeah, that's a question. Should we continue to
Yeah,
those or? Okay, dope.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
number 11 would be obviously next, but then we
Uh-huh.
have to start skipping around a little bit.
Okay.
As far as Villalobos Etudes, you're doing two because that was
Uh-huh.
a little bit more of your personal investment, but we want to hit SOAR studies before the Villalobos Etudes.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Great.
Because there's a number of other musical components that need to be really reinforced before
Okay.
those. And those really you find in those, not just the Segovia 20, but roughly about 10, the first 10 of
Okay.
those SOAR studies. And El Calibri should be
Continuing
daily
or
or weekly. Yeah.
okay.
Because that's
Continue.
really focusing in on this for you. And that's where we're
Yeah.
going to start today is with your scales.
Okay.
I've been watching some of your videos.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you're putting them up there. It's just
Uh-huh.
because I want to see, since that's the majority of the time that you're spending practicing during the week is
Yeah.
being recorded. I want to see what's going on
Yeah.
in terms of where your
Uh-huh.
awareness is during the
Yeah.
practice. Because the amount of time that you're spending is fine. I don't know if it's enough to get the results that you want
Okay.
when you want them.
I mean my time horizon is pretty long. Like I don't necessarily want them within a certain time, but I do want to
Okay.
make sure I'm still
Okay.
progressing, not just
So
maintaining, if that makes
it
sense. Yeah.
it's a question of the how is fine. You know,
Uh-huh.
that's what I have to look at.
Okay.
The when is going to be based a certain amount on the proportion of technique to repertoire
Okay.
that
Yeah.
you do. And
Right.
you've got about 25% of your time is spent with technique, which is good.
Okay.
But for you to get those results in a more
Yeah.
let me get rid of this thing. It's just telling me we're recording. I would start to partition a
More.
third of your time,
Yeah.
right? So not adding more time to the whole practice scenario and what you're
Uh-huh.
doing with the repertoire.
Yeah.
Uh, excuse me, I'm still getting over getting sick last week.
Sorry.
Um,
Hmm.
and so my voice is going to get a little shaky here in like 10 minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So it's the proportion of time, but also what you're doing during that time. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I
I'll hit.
will, if I
Go
could
ahead.
interrupt you really quick,
Uh-huh.
because I assume you're just referring to like the practice live streams. I do a
Hmm.
lot of pure technique solo time away from
Hmm.
the
That you're not
camera.
recording?
Yeah, that
Okay.
I'm not recording. So I'll try to find a scientific way to measure like technique time
No,
versus
you don't
not.
need to
But
just put a timer on, dude. I
well,
mean, just
right.
really,
I
if you're
mean,
telling me that, like with Mujo, you're saying I'm doing this amount of
yeah.
time.
Uh,
But my point is that now we have to look at what you're doing during that time that is either yielding immediate results
yeah.
or short-term goal results,
Right. I just wonder if
right?
there's a way to communicate that to you. Like, here is where my technique time has been focused.
Yeah, just write it down
Like,
like you're doing with
okay.
Mujo. That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I'll
I mean, you
start
don't have to.
sharing.
We don't need any algorithm or
No.
equation
No.
to get that going.
No, but
Um,
like, but surfacing, just sharing those Mujo reports, like actually
yeah,
writing them down and sharing
yeah,
it. Yeah.
sure, why
Okay.
not?
Yeah, sure.
When
Okay.
shaping nails, do I use sandpaper on any other strings than the third? Yes, I do it
Uh-huh.
on the first and the fourth.
Okay. As well, or only those?
I'll
Or,
tell you, man, you gotta find something that works for you.
yeah.
That's going to be everybody kind of does the same thing,
Uh-huh.
right? I mean, even if you shaped your nails an entirely different way,
Uh-huh.
it's still working within a process based on the same fundamental principles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like if you're going, shaping them this way or this way,
Uh-huh.
there's still a point of contact and release that's at work.
Yeah.
I use the first string for a lot of when I'm just doing free strokes on the sandpaper and
Yeah.
rest strokes on the sandpaper because the first string is thinner and it's going to get underneath the curvature of the nail differently. The fourth string is for my eye finger because my eye nail has a tendency to hook as it grows. And so for me to maintain that contour, the fourth string is where I find I get like no tone issue on 1, 2, 3, but then as soon as I hit 4, I start hearing something that's a little, I'm getting more upper partial, so I put the rough stuff on the fourth string when I do free strokes and rest strokes generally. You find what works for you. The third string is nice and thick.
Yeah.
But the first string, if you find that, hey man, my nails sound good on those inner strings, but then that first string's not so much, put on the first string.
Yeah.
And you should be doing free stroke and rest stroke. You know,
Absolutely.
which brings me kind of to the next question that you had. You should be at this point doing a balanced approach to your scale practice with rest and free, and then being able to provide more time to the one that needs it.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the beginning, it was a lot of free stroke because of the rep you were working on, and also the
Yeah, that was the reason that I like prioritized free was that I think
absolutely.
Yeah, I found free harder because of that curve, that curl. But now I'm wondering, like, revisiting that, like, should I...
You need to have a balance, and then
both.
it's more time to the one that needs it, and that could be on a weekly basis or even on a daily basis. You know, so if it's like, hey man, today, hey, it's Saturday and Jupiter's in the shadow of Venus or whatever, and my rest strokes aren't as good today as they were yesterday, I may give them a few more minutes than I would the free stroke, so that you're always making those adjustments. Because we're talking about very small adjustments. So go ahead and hit me with one of your scales and let's see where those are going.
Okay.
And then I'll get to some more of these questions as well.
Yeah. So I've been adding in, like last time we talked about like what I call long ladders or continuous ladders or something. I've been doing that with G major now.
Okay.
Which is long, like the three octave. So I don't know. I could start that. Yeah.
Just first, let's just play the G scale up and down. Don't worry about anything else.
Sure.
Cool. Go ahead and start from the very top and go down. Don't worry about going up. But before you do, what's your goal?
Most recently, goal has been checking about the deviation of the wrist. Like trying to be mindful of that because that was a problem. Certainly, another goal is always like the string crossings. I'd say that keeping an eye on that and feeling like the descending string crossings are as solid as the ascending. Those are the top two things, but I mean, generally speaking, the goal is a good sound and for it to sound beautiful, I guess.
So here's what I want you to do before you start. Okay. And I'm going to lower my camera just a little bit. So before you start, are your shoulders level?
Yeah, I've been feeling that they're not.
Because you have a tendency to bring right up a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. So just get your shoulders kind of like, and then just let them fall.
Right.
Okay. Now, when you bring your arm around, are you in a place where you're ready to start? So in other words, if I'm here, sorry.
Oh yeah.
If I'm here versus, so am I in a place where I'm ready to begin that scale? So I'm not starting with any kind of handicap. I know exactly what I'm getting right away.
Yeah.
Right? Now, is the guitar tilted enough?
Right.
Like, do you need a little bit more tilt to the top to get what you need?
Yeah.
Right?
I've been
because the deviation in the wrist that occur a lot of time when this occurs, when we start deviating this way, it's not because it feels good, it's because it sounds good. It's like an immediate, if I turn
more of this, the nail.
But what it is it's like snake oil, you know? Because what it is you get a warmer tone, but you get no focus.
Okay.
And so our ear confuses that sometimes. It's like sexy. It's like, yeah, listen to that warm sound. Yeah. Verse, but it's all fa, 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 and you don't get an actual attack.
Right.
Right. So you want to hear the attack, right? And so it's starting to listen for that as you go down. So we start with balanced shoulders, making sure that, like, if you need more tilt in that top, you know. Yeah, I'm playing with more tilt in the last couple of weeks. Not just, and I mean, we're talking like the difference between this and this. It's not anything extreme. But I don't know, maybe it's the weather, maybe it's just time for another minor adjustment. But what I found is that when I was recording, there was a kind of a big-bodied Friedrich that I was recording at Aaron's, and it's like I had to make that adjustment for everything to sound right, because it was just big enough that it moved my arm out slightly, like this, and it just started to change. It wasn't like, hey, this is the sound I'm used to getting. It's just on a different guitar. So making these kind of minor adjustments, you may find help get that going on. Okay. So balance shoulders. Make sure that your hand position is nice and just chill, and that you're starting from the standpoint where you don't have anything in your way. And just do the descending. Just start from here and come down. See, now that time, your right hand really behaved itself, man. There was hardly anything going on over here with, like, you know, a little pinky dance or anything. We did see curvature. But I'm trying to deal with one thing when it's me. One thing at a time. I got a laundry list of stuff, but one thing at a time. Your shoulders stayed balanced, and you had a uniform sound except for one note in the beginning, and I always chalk that up to, well, it was the first one. So we do it again and see if you can maintain that quality of sound as you go. That level of inactivity, I'm going to call it. I don't want to say relax, but we'll say inactivity. We just want to make sure that on that side of the hand, we're not getting any stuff. Okay? So, one more time. Good. Now, before you move. Oops. That's okay.
Sorry,
Part of the reason that the shoulder is a little unlevel is when you're up here above the 12th fret. Okay? I think what's happening is you're not dipping. You're not literally coming above. It's like, well, I don't really need to. I can kind of reach. Right? There's a threshold for me. Right. We should. But it's like if we're doing the scale, life is good. Now, I can do this without dipping, but I have to flatten out my fourth finger. And so I'm asking my hand to do a bunch of different stuff that I haven't really taught it how to do. But if I do this...
I feel.
Okay, so here's the dip. Right? Now, when we look at the dip, what do you see in my shoulders?
They're more balanced, I think, or...
Yeah, it's not quite this, right? So it's not like I'm doing this for the dip. When we dip above the 12th fret, when we come under, we're literally coming under. So we're going to go from right level shoulders. And then as I go underneath, I'm coming down. It's like I'm not leaning this way. I'm coming down under the guitar.
Okay.
And there's a slight lean to the left, but I have to come out of it here.
Okay.
Because it's that returning to a normal position that actually puts my hand there. So I don't have to, like, move the hand. And I think that may be what's happening to you is you're starting out good, you get to the top of the scale, but you never kind of come out of the dip.
Oh.
Right there. So you moved your arm, not your body.
Right.
So if we're up here, just stop at that 12th fret.
Right.
So we have. Now, bring your body back into alignment and just let it pull the hand. There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. Nice. That's better.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. That's much better. So this way now you're getting a little bit back to where you were when you started.
Right.
Well, what the heck does that have to do with anything over here?
Just tension everywhere kind of builds up. Like, tension goes to that spot of the hand, maybe? I don't know. Yeah.
I try to keep a very simple premise.
Mm-hmm.
What have I been practicing and what am I asking my body to do right now?
Mm.
So if you spend the majority of your time on here,
yeah.
Okay. There's no reason for us to dip.
Right.
There's no reason for us to make those kinds of moves.
Yeah.
But if I'm up here and I stay there, now, right? Now, you don't look like this when you're coming down. But you weren't really dipping. Right. You were kind of, you were just saying, I'm going to reach for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
So here, it's like, okay, now I'm able to stay on the relative tip of my finger. There's still curvature. And I'm in this posture. And then have to physically and intellectually come out of it to come back down. Right?
Okay.
So, we're trying to maintain, here's what it's like playing above the 12th fret, here's what it's like playing below the 12th fret, so that when I hit that threshold, I can return to normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's that return to normal, if we don't kind of, come back to here. Okay, here's my shoulder, balanced. Look at my hand. And here's my shoulder up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And then there's the tension component. Then there's the, I restricted the flow further upstream. Right? So it's not like we're having problems here as a result of the scale. It makes everything a little harder because we've choked off the flow.
Okay.
That's all. Okay? So now, that's one of the bigger things in the 3-octave scale. You don't really deal with that with the 2-octave scales. Right? Okay, now, we want to hit that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do the first, let's say, 2 notes, because we're going to start getting into your ladders now. Good. Take a look at your M finger.
Yeah.
What do you see?
I see some, curl, I guess. Like, to me,
Right there. You just, there.
That's where it should be. So then I'm going to need to, like, move my arm further back in order to, I feel, to do that. Like, because, like, we've been kind of moving the arm forward, but for it to, like, be there, it's really more, like, over the 4th string or so. So,
well,
I mean, like, it
can you get that shape? Can you get this? All we're looking for is that. Like, hold out your hand. Sorry about the fake nail. Not helping.
Okay.
You hold out your hand like this. Go ahead. Like, hold out your hand just like this, like to the camera.
Oh.
Yep. Great. You see any curve in that middle finger?
Yeah. It looks kind of similar. I mean...
I see no curve in that tip joint.
Okay.
When I'm looking at yours, I don't see this.
Yeah. I mean, when you said, like, that's right, that's more like what the finger was.
That looks great.
Yeah.
That's not.
What?
So.
This is not, or the other?
That is. So
okay,
what
right.
you just did when you moved your finger, you came in like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so even that little bit of difference, when you see this in the M finger, means you've got, I don't know, 1% of unreleased tension in that finger.
Yeah, yeah.
So we want those fingers to have, the finger has a curvature, but that tip joint is not flexed.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what we see.
So I just think that something about the arm or the hand, like the wrist position, the arch, something needs to change compared to like where it was before.
I think you need more tilt in the top. to be honest with you, because I think what you're asking the hand to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what you're asking the hand to do is this. And I think you just need a little bit more tilt in the top.
Okay. I mean, like, right now, this feels pretty comfortable, but it is that, like, bent, curl, sort of, like, middle finger.
I'm going to move these out of the way. Okay, so I know this looks a little like elephant trunk.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
You see how there's curvature to the finger, but there's no tension in the tip joint?
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. So if you see this here to here.
Right. That's what my finger's like.
This is what we're trying to minimize or eliminate. We want that.
Yeah.
So when you hit that finger, you see how it flops back and forth. That's what we're looking for, is that floppy finger.
Yeah.
Right? So the way to get it, and you're getting it, it's just, do you maintain it?
Yeah.
Right? So when you're starting on these strings, down low, look at where my arm is placing. So here's my arm placement when I'm up high on the first string.
Okay.
So my forearm is kind of long, so these points may be different for you. Okay? But when I'm playing free strokes, which we're doing, I would, right here is where my arm is coming into contact with the guitar.
Yeah, mine's here.
Yeah. That's negligible.
Okay.
But now, when I come down, it's here.
I think that's pretty similar to me. Okay.
So I'm not thinking about these points like they're target zones.
Sure.
But I just kind of want to be aware of, wow, when I started sliding that forearm, I wasn't used to this because I started out as a pivot player when I was young.
Okay.
Right? So I did this.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So when I started sliding that forearm, if we're just like, whether it's free stroke or rest stroke, it's actually kind of the midway of my forearm.
Okay. Yeah.
So that I can maintain that in the M finger. Okay?
Okay.
The tilt on the top, I think, does play a role for you in there, is because as soon as, if you have to come over that too much, it's starting to promote a little bit more of it, right?
Okay. Yeah, I feel that tilting it more is encouraging more of a
good
straighter finger.
So now start the top of the scale. Let's go to C major for a minute, just so we don't have that dip.
Okay. From the top of the scale?
Yeah, we're going to just come down.
Okay. Yeah.
That looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, the tilt is kind of changing things a little bit for me, but yeah.
In a good way?
I mean, I'm just brushing against the adjacent string a little bit.
That's
more.
okay.
I think that but it feels good.
It looks good and it sounds good.
Yeah.
I think when you just move that, then you added a little bit of that degree of tilt. I think it just, you have to make that slight adjustment with where your arm is going to put your finger.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Now, if you go any faster than this, that's when that curl is going to start to be more pronounced.
Okay.
So we got to start doing a couple of things to make sure we can go faster than that. Okay? So first thing is, and we're going to get to your ladders, right? Is that we're going to do just 3 notes on the first string. Nice and slow. Good. Now watch that middle finger and tell me if you see when that middle finger comes out, when it releases, is it releasing without that tension, or is it releasing, with that tension? That looks great.
Yeah, I think without, but I can feel
that tiny little bit that you're swinging right there when you, that tiny little swing difference, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now, as you start to increase that, And I'm going to start it from I a couple times, M a couple times.
Okay.
Now put the left hand with it. Good. Nice. Now, go ahead.
Well, I felt some in that one, like a little bit of curling thing, but...
Good. Now we're going to go back and forth between those slows and those fast, but now we're going to add 2 notes on the second string.
Okay.
Good. Right hand only. Again. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now, nope, same thing. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
Good. That's where I'm starting to see the M finger having a little bit more of an issue.
Okay.
Try again. Good. That looked pretty solid. Now, if you're going M-I-M, let the arm coming back help place I. Yeah.
Right.
Nice. Okay, now here's where we want to create an awareness. We're focusing a little bit more on these fingers and don't leave these in the dust. Okay, so we have... Nice, that's better. So when you're going slow, try to be aware of the inactivity on that side of the hand. There's motion, but there's really no action.
Okay.
That's good. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most effort you can put into it, what's this feel like?
Like, I do need to be kind of conscious of maintaining this form right now. So I'd say like a 4 or something. Like it doesn't feel hard by any means.
In terms, you're talking about
I'm having to keep it in mind, I think.
Good.
Like
Physically, how hard does it feel?
Easy, yeah, like a 1 or
A
something.
1.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That level of attention is what you have to maintain at this stage in the game for this, right? Now, put the left hand with it. Not bad. Do it slow first.
Okay.
That's a nice sound. Things are looking good. Now, speed it up just a little bit. We're not working with a metronome, so we don't have that ice pick in our head. Click, 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 right?
Yeah. Speed it up, you said, or no?
Just a little bit, yep.
Okay.
Now, that's where the M finger, this speed right here is where the M finger is swinging curved.
Okay.
Okay? So it's not like it's curving at a certain point. What's happening with that M is it's kind of cocked, and then it's moving back and forth.
Okay. Yeah.
So go back to the 3 notes. Nice. Now add 2 to it. Better. It's okay if you bump into strings at this point, you know? If you make some noises, it's okay.
Yeah.
Much better. Now add 2 more. So do you see how the M finger starts to behave a little differently when we're adding more notes? It's the cocked finger swinging. So everything up here is working exactly as it should, right? It's just this is moving in and out like this instead of like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So let's go back to doing it just a little slower. And let's just do right hand alone. So 3, 3, and 1. Man, that looks good. Yeah, looks good, sounds good. Do you see what I'm talking about, the difference between M coming out relaxed versus if it's fast and this is up and it's going back and forth?
I think so. I think
okay.
I'm starting to feel it at the times that you call it out. So
that's all we're trying to do right now is to say, hey man, you played a scale really well. How are we going to get past those future obstacles that we don't even know are problems yet?
Yeah.
Right? And that's pretty much when you hit a wall, whatever that number may be, where did this happen? Right? So like the issue occurred before I got to this speed. Because it wasn't a problem from 0 to 90 or 0 to 100 or whatever. Okay? Now, pop a metronome on, and I think... let's put it at 100.
Eighth notes, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, just go through the same thing. 1, 2, 3 on the first string. Yeah. Nice. Now add the next 3. Right there, it's at the string changes when that M. It's almost like you're moving M out of the way or something. Like you're afraid of hitting stuff, so it kind of stays up there. Because on the first string, it's not an issue, right? Do the first 3 again. Nice. Now add 3 on the second. Can you look and see the time of our?
Yeah.
How much time is expired in the video?
Not easily.
Okay, well then.
Yeah, but this part, like, click this part.
This is what I want you to see because it's right here at this point when you move to the second string is when we start seeing that M finger. Okay, because it's at the string crossing that it's occurring. Okay. So we're going to do a couple things that'll help your scales. I like what I'm seeing in the scale. Overall, the shifting seems like it's working pretty well for you. I don't see any real obstacles right now there at this speed. Okay. The dipping was the only thing in the 3-octave scale that was really obvious. So go ahead and turn your metronome off, and I'm going to give you a couple of string crossing patterns with I and M just to work on. So you're going to have M-I, M-I. What we're going to do is start to target. So I'm going to come down just a little bit more. So when you play that last I, right here, notice how the arm hasn't adjusted yet to bring you to the first string?
Oh, yeah, I usually do it after.
That spot.
Okay.
I think these are kind of the underpinnings on where some of that middle finger flexion is. So if we have MI on the first string, life is good. But now we move the arm back to get M set. So when I prepare M, the arm put it there. Now when I play MI on the second string, the arm moves forward to help M. Now, honestly, M is going to fall there anyway. Right? Like, M is just going to fall there in this finger combination. But the problem is that now, for me to get I to sound good, I have to move that. And so now I'm asking my arm to move and put the I finger all right before I have to play it at a really fast speed. So, in this particular case, when I change strings, I is now ready one finger ahead. And I think that's where some of it may be coming from too. Yeah, that's it. Now, as you get ready to do each one of these, check your shoulders again, right? Just to make sure that that right shoulder is nice and level. Yeah, good. Now reverse the fingering. So go I am, I am, I am. And you'll find that the right arm should move at the same time. Yeah. That's it. So now what you're really starting to drive home is the timing of the arm shift.
Yeah.
And the MIs look great, man. I'm not seeing anything like this. Now we're going to do 3 notes. So we'll do M-I-M.
Okay.
M-I-M, I-M, I-M, I-M. Looks good. Now turn it around, make it I-M-I. Now with this, you're going to start putting a metronome to it, and you're going to start moving this faster. Okay? Because what I'm seeing right now is really great strokes with the fingers. I'm seeing really clear, solid motions with the arm.
Yeah.
You don't have to put the left hand with it at all once we get this squared away. And you can feel free. Like, find out how fast you can go with that before, whoa, wait a minute, things are getting tight. Where's that threshold?
Yeah.
And then you can add, if you want to, add a third string. But we're doing groups of 2 notes back and forth with I, then with M. Really getting the timing of that arm motion. Then threes. Right? Because one of the difficult things about the right arm is that it isn't one consistent motion across the plane of the strings.
Yeah, it's discrete, like across strings, right? That's specific.
And it depends on the fingering that we're using, right? So let's say, for instance, that I just did 2 notes on each string. Like this was our scale. Yay!
Okay.
My right arm is moving at a consistent speed without hesitation over the whole thing.
Right.
Right? So that means I'm literally going, meow, meow.
Right.
Okay. But
yeah, we have 2s and 3s.
some have 2, some have 3, some have 4 or more.
Yeah, like 5, I think, on this one. Or 4, yeah.
4 on the inside, right. So what we're asking the right arm to do is go, all right, move, right. Hang out, move, move, hang out, move, hang out, move, and move. So it's like it's moving at a slightly different, unsmooth rate. So as the right arm starts really kicking into gear, right? Yeah, so now we have this. It's like right. So we're kind of move, stop, and we don't want to be thinking about that.
Right.
So if we get the timing of the right arm a little clearer, now we can start going.
Yes.
That way, the only thing that your right hand is doing is literally this.
Yeah.
Unchanging. Yeah. Right? It's just, there they are moving. And then the right arm is putting them over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. And the fingers don't have to alter their behavior.
Right.
Okay? So that's what I would recommend to help you with the scales.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, it's funny. We're working on a lot of alternation and the components of the scales without playing the scales.
Of course, yeah.
And that's what I think where more of your awareness needs to be. Your scales sound good, but you said something a while ago. It's like, well, when am I going to get to X point?
Yeah.
When am I going to get to this? Velocity is one aspect of it. But if all of these other points, like even something as similar as, I didn't realize I was playing with that much upper right shoulder tension, that could be slowing you down. But right now, your fingers look great. Your fingers are moving fast, too. I mean, this is not slow, you know?
Yeah.
Now, can we do this? Can we do this? Do this? Just like, do we work on shifting? Well, we work on shifting in a scale, but do we have any like little exercises for shifting, like, and then legato, right? So I would start taking each part of the scale up and looking at it like this. That way, when you have rep, you can do exactly the same thing. Right. But what we find a lot of times is what areas, and I'm going to try to stay away from the word focus, just because of what it implies. I don't want you cutting off and focusing on one thing. I want you trying to be aware of many things at the same time, and that's a little more, it's a bigger ask. And that's why, because of that, we want to make sure we're working on each one of these really small points individually. So that was the stuff that I saw when you played this scale.
Cool.
Okay, very tiny things, but the faster you go, the bigger those tiny things impact you.
Yeah. Then I'm going to celebrate a small win that you didn't point at the thumb doing the banana thumb.
That's right. It looked real good, man.
Yeah, that's something I was working on over the last couple of weeks. I was doing the right hand only, and I've been putting a lot of attention into that thumb, so at least that's there. But,
it looks very good.
The curl and like more tilt in the guitar to prevent
the tilt is going to be something, because you use a support. It's going to affect you more than it affects me.
Yeah. I mean, should I try the footstool again for this?
Dude, I'll be
know.
honest with you, man. With one out of all the students I teach, and that's a lot.
Yeah, everybody uses supports.
3 use a footstool.
Oh, really? Okay.
3, not at heart. Like of all 8, of the students at heart, 2 use a footstool.
Okay. So are you saying a lot do, or a few?
A lot use supports, right? Out of all of my students, period.
Yeah.
3 use a footstool.
Right. Yeah, I know that over time it can lead to things. It
can. I mean, but, I've not had back issues as a result of this. But what's supported is, man, I got a couple people using the lift. I got a couple people using I can't remember using the Sageworks or the Barnett.
The Sageworks, yeah.
Some people using the Ergo Play. Some people using the clamp. It's just like whatever works for you.
Yeah, this one has worked in the past, but like as we're adding more tilt, I feel like it's adding extra force on the pad.
On your leg?
That's like sliding. Yeah. And that caused the pad to come unglued. Because like it's like almost like I'm kind of like pushing and sliding. There's
like you
need shear force on
you
it.
need grip tape on your
I guess, yeah.
No skid stuff, like the...
Yeah.
Do you use anything under the support like that? I call it contact paper, but like that no slip material?
Don't. Yeah.
You try it and see if it works.
Yeah.
See if it works. The lift seems to do a really good job combating that, just because of how it's one piece of plexiglass in the back.
Yeah, and it just seems very stable. Like it's not going to be shifting around as much as this thing does.
Yeah, so I'm all for everybody using supports. This is the one area, where I have not been able to make that work in concert for me.
And do you think that's because you haven't gotten used to, like, it's part of your workflow to use a footstool, or the supports? Is there something inherent in the stability of the footstool?
I started playing around with supports when I was an undergrad. Stefan Rock had this one called the FL, which is just essentially like a bent arm and a big suction cup that goes here, and I loved it. It was great because I could just kind of pop it anywhere. There seems to be some level of resistance from me in concert. When I played concerts with those devices, there was a certain amount of attention taken away from my expression, and it was put on holding the instrument. So you could argue that maybe back then I didn't commit enough, or maybe I did, and that's me. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What I do know is that every single time I've used a support in concert, mm-hmm. which hasn't been recently, honestly, there has been enough distraction from the music that it was a problem. I mean, I didn't make any mistakes, nothing like that, but there was like this 5% of my attention given to something else. And maybe if I just said, hey, that's it for the rest of my life, obviously I would be okay. So maybe that's it. Maybe I just didn't take the plunge.
Yeah.
But I've always felt more secure personally, and the ability for me to move around when I play.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest thing. Is that I don't move a lot, but I move. Yeah. And that motion has been vital.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You know? But everybody's different, man, you know? Mm-hmm. In that regard. So if that support allows you to do that, great. If you want to try the lift, give it a shot, you know, see if Emilio's will work for you. Yeah. And give it a roll, you know?
Okay.
I'm a K&M footstool guy, man. I've got one footstool, and it's this one all the time because I like how adjustable it is.
Yeah.
I'm not endorsed by K&M yet, so, but I just like their gear. Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's hit some music.
Great. Let's see. So, music.
Have you started Brower 11 yet?
I have not looked at it.
Okay, let's look at that for it now. I know your next lesson's on Wednesday, so if that's enough time for you to get the A section rolling, cool.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I haven't. Yeah, I mean, I've mostly been just kind of.
You've been working on the Mudara a lot.
Yeah, we could do that Madara if you want.
Let's do that, please. Because you did that in your last lesson, and it really come a long way, I thought.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
I think I have the score that you sent me.
Okay.
Check.
I'm not sure if I did send it, actually.
I might have been reading off your iPad.
I think that might have been it. I don't know where my iPad is right now. Unfortunately.
It's okay.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know where
That's
it is. I can't send it, but...
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, I know the tune, so I'm not too concerned.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Nice. There's a lot of improvement from the last time I heard this, with like a week and a half ago.
Thanks.
As we start getting now further into the section of the piece, we start hearing some discrepancies between what you started in the beginning and some of the tempos and characters that are happening. But let's take that first one. I found a version. I don't know if it's a similar version to yours, but I can tell you that it's not the original fingerings that I placed. It's gonna be a little different. So play the first scale of it for me, that arpeggio / scale. Good. So you hear how there's a really nice shape going up to that E, right?
Yeah.
That capo E.
I think I missed it, like, during the performance. A lot of my attention was going towards this new, like, greater tilt right now, but yeah, I don't know how well it came across in that first.
I thought that one did.
Cool.
The next one, what we want to be careful of is we don't want to have certain notes popping out. Right? We want to have destinations. Let me get my... That was real smooth and real nice.
Okay.
Good. Now the next one. See how in this one what we're getting is the top note is nice, but the other notes aren't leading up to it. That, like that. Right, so what we get is that one note popping.
Pop, okay. Yeah. There's not a correct crescendo on the way there.
Right. Are you doing standard guitar tuning or are you doing F sharp?
Standard.
Okay. Yeah, it's that one. Right? That's better. We don't want them all even. We want to try to keep that. Just like if you're going, you know. And that's kind of the thing. So when you have any scale in here that you're doing like a harp arpeggio.
Yeah.
Just play the notes here for a second as a model. So you have D sharp, E, F sharp. And now go down, and you can play them anywhere. You could do it on the second string. Do it in first. Just find those three notes.
Okay, I don't even know what the notes are.
They're D sharp, E, and F sharp. Capoed D sharp, E, F sharp.
D sharp. Yeah.
That. You hear how clear your tone tendency is?
Yeah, okay.
So we hear that in
it's
my
harder,
voice.
Yeah.
Do, da, dee, da, da, dee. Right. So we want to maintain that tone tendency. It's just in an arpeggio. Yeah! Now, don't accent it. Right.
Sure. Yeah.
There we go. I'm trying to do this by ear.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So you want to hear... So that E, quote-unquote E, is leading to that F sharp. So we don't want to hear this. I try to stay away from don't. Like, don't do that and don't do this. I don't like that, but don't do this. You see? That's what happens sometimes at faster speed.
Right. Yeah. Smoother connection between the dynamics of those notes.
So use this as a model. Then go back to, that's the idea. Now we're starting to hear that shape. So now you got that. Now check your technique. Now take a look at the fingers. Make sure the fingers are doing what you want here, because you're just doing you're doing PMI.
Yeah.
So this is the one where you're doing, and then I think you did. How did you get up there?
So it's an open B,
Yep.
quote unquote.
Okay, so you use two shapes. Cool. Okay, so
Shift up,
right. So as you go up, so try not to pop it.
Yeah, I see. Because there's
And
also
your guitar,
the shift happening.
Yep.
So that's
Your guitar may love that note. Then you can, that's a lot smoother. That's what you're looking for.
I think like
now,
some of the energy of the shift is going into that note, like.
Gotcha.
Like.
Yeah.
Because of the shift while I'm
So now let's put that together. So if you have, and then you did, what'd you do?
Yeah, it's like an A sharp, I think, if I'm counting it. And then I bar.
Okay.
Okay.
But just that one, that's the idea. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so those kinds of things in that beginning, any of these scales, I'd say probably in the first 12 bars. Okay, it's just to work them out. Well, just find notes that you have a tendency to smack.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got to look at the score to do this. I would.
Yeah.
So that you can see where would that be, like, when you have this. So that you can express the tone tendency of those before you do the, right? I'm trying to, what fingering you might be using there for that one. This.
Oh. So it's like, wait, that's not the one you're doing, is it? Is that the one that you're asking about? Okay. Yeah, this is mine. It's my amendment to the score. It's like a D, E, what is that? F sharp G, I think.
So that would be right around there is the last one that you got to worry about the pops, because once we get down a little lower into the meat of it, when you have the G, this.
Yeah.
Right? Here I thought you did a pretty good job with the balance we talked about last time, but we really want to hear, that's your melody. This on top is just your drone. So if you could start maybe the pickup. Like that. Anywhere near you're comfortable.
Shoot, yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the pickup to that anymore.
And then you'd have, let me see. Yep. Keep going. That's a good place to start. Good. Don't slow down.
slow down there, like
you can arrive, right? So that you can set up the change.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it slow down. I'm going to just say pull back.
Pull back. Yeah.
Yeah, slowing down is even too extreme a statement for how small we're working there.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that spot and you've got let me see. Right? Like if you pull back there, that's awesome. I think it
makes sense there, right?
Yeah. Now we got that inner voice that's got to be kicking.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be faster, but yeah, it can't slow down. Great, perfect spot to stop. Mm-hmm. That was great. It's easy to get kind of caught up in the right. It's just so dreamy sounding and kind of creamy in there, you know. But it's now the inner voice that gets to do all that melodic work. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's take a look. There was one left hand issue in there that I heard. So just start this section. Great. Now we'll stop there. Do the G again, half speed, and examine the technique.
Okay. I think there, the curl.
Yep.
Like of the middle finger.
Do you hear how the edge is gone out of there when you do it like that?
I think so.
Like that, there's a slight edgy sound.
Yeah. On that
that's gone.
Yeah.
Right, so you get that smoothness. Good. Now, before you let go, release. You hear that? We're trying to, we're going to get rid of that squeak right now. So you're doing this?
Yeah, the pinky squeak.
Now, stay put, release, up. You did a release and lift. You got to split it. So if you've got...
release, I see.
Release the pressure.
There.
Now lift and move.
Yeah. I don't remember it. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Now you got that control of that left hand.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I mean, string noise is one thing, but squeak is another. Yeah. Okay, so now when you're working this spot out and the prog rock part,
yeah.
right?
Just
make sure that you're going through this saying, great, I got that sound. I'm just going to measure at a time. Can I play that measure now? And the right hand is doing exactly what I want it to do. Yeah, man. That's where you want that awareness and a good shift. Nice.
That one I get a squeak often with that second finger.
Okay, using 2,
3 and 2 for this C.
So play that C and E. Just stop at the E when you get there. So when you hear this, I'm gonna get close to the mic.
Yeah.
Okay. So Each noise that we make, whether it's a buzz, a thunk, whatever, it has a corresponding thing. With the left hand, when you hear this,
yeah,
that means that there is still residual pressure in your finger.
Mm-hmm.
Even this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how do we get rid of that? In this spot, just clarify the end. Right there. Now, release the pressure first so that your fingers are on the strings prepared.
Okay.
Then let go. That. So that's the place where you want to have your attention in the left hand shift. Is right here.
Right.
And see, there the squeak was gone, and we just heard a couple, like a pull off. Right? And so when you hear the pull off, you really did a pull off. It's like you did.
Yeah, it came off of the string.
And it's easy to do. All right? Far easier than that.
Yeah.
Right? But that gap that we're literally putting in there will start to go away.
Yeah.
As you get smoother and smoother. Like that.
Yeah.
That gap is going to get better. So that you have a real clear termination and you get all your damping done at the same time. Cool? Man, this is coming along nice. Now, I'm going to throw something at you and you decide what you want to do with it.
Okay.
If you were to do this without the harp fingering, it would be an excellent opportunity for you to apply everything you're doing with your scales to this piece. Now, I'm not saying you need to stop doing it the way you want. I'm saying have two ways. Have one way if you want to do the harp thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, to be honest with you, I learned this years ago with fingering similar to these kind of things. And then when I looked at the original and I took the original fingerings, I said, oh, this is great. It's just scales, right?
Yeah.
But I thought about it and I'm sitting here going, dude, you've got all of these beautiful scale melodies, you know?
Yeah. Like it would be
for you to be just paying attention to that. So what I'm going to suggest is this. You're playing this is really coming along nice. Now, you could, once you've performed it, and you feel like, cool, man, I've kind of like done what I want to do with this piece now, musically.
Yeah.
Change your fingerings. Like, don't perform it anymore. Like, whenever you get to that place where it's like, yeah, man, I played it a couple times. It's cool. I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
You turn that into a scale. You turn that into just straight ahead scales. Yeah.
Right.
Because it's a real good one for that if you're doing it just in position.
Yeah.
But if the if the point is more of the texture, musically speaking, I don't want you to change anything right now. I don't want you to go and do that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's a hard sell, I guess, for me because like
up to you, man.
I don't want to invest too much more time into this one as opposed to like I feel like I'd get a better return learning more Brouwer etudes, but I mean,
you would, but you don't get scales like this in there.
I was gonna ask, like, are there more scales coming up? Because Brouwer 10 Brouwer 10 is pretty good for scales. But
it is, but I'm always looking for like each scale in each piece gives you a different aspect and perspective because of the musical demands of that piece.
Yeah.
Right. So you play this, do what you're doing, man. But when you're done and you found you moved on, turn this into a scale study.
Yeah, I just don't
That's
see
my
myself
point.
being done is the problem because I want to continue performing this like
Well, when that happens, like this is down the road, I'm trying to tell you this is just a good one for that purpose.
That makes sense.
Okay?
Yeah.
But Milan is also good for this. So I would start looking at Pavan 1.
Okay.
And perhaps Pavan 3.
Cool.
But also Narvaez, Guardame las Vacas. Like, the only reason it's not because this is easy stuff, dude. This is actually not easy stuff, as you well know. But it's very monophonic and homophonic. So there might just be like, dude, here's this one measure and just a scale. So this is a really good place to explore more scale technique in rep that is nothing but scales that isn't Rodrigo and Tedesco.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's something to think about.
Cool.
So Wednesday this week, you had said that a block of time between 1 and 5 is good?
Yeah, that's ideal.
Good.
Yeah.
How about, I have a meeting from 2 to 3. Do you want to go earlier in the day or like early afternoon or later afternoon?
I would prefer earlier, I think. Yeah.
You want to do just noon?
Wait.
Or 1? I have to end at 2. That's the problem. So we can't spill over.
So, noon's perfect. Noon's perfect. Yeah, we could do another stream version of this.
You can do that all the time, man. I'm fine with that.
Awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm, you know, oops, you have to go back and cut that out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fun, and I don't know. Are you seeing? Are you getting comments and stuff as you go?
Yeah, we're getting people requesting Metallica, and somebody just requested Stairway to Heaven. Also, now that we're taking a break, good to see you, Jeffrey and Robson, especially. They're regulars.
Oh, cool. Hi, it's nice to see you.
Regulars. Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. It's been fun. I've been getting quite a bit more viewership recently. We've gotten 1,400 views of this stream. That's crazy.
Of this one right now, today?
Yeah,
today?
right. Yeah. There's currently 17 concurrent viewers.
Good for you. That's cool. Awesome, man.
Yeah,
well,
good for you, too. You should play something. You should play something for the stream maybe next time.
I may. I try not to cross worlds. You know, it's just like I got that and then I got this. But
of course,
we'll see how that rolls.
Cool, man.
So I'll see you Wednesday then at 12:30.
Okay.
Okay.
12:30. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And I'll send you a. I think we're gonna do like Gardamelas Vacas. I think would be a really good piece in this vein.
Okay.
That is we're not because it's Renaissance, but because it's really scales and bass notes.
Okay.
And cool. The melodic, there's a lot of melodic contouring that's very similar to this that aren't arpeggios that'll allow you to really start applying this.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so
much. Good, man. Have a good weekend. I'll see you 12:30 on Wednesday. And bye, everybody.
Sounds good. Yeah. Thanks so much.
All right. See you, man.
Great to see you, Chris. All right.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in for that. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I thought that was super fun. I think it's cool to stream these. Thanks for watching. I'll play... So, yeah, we don't do any requests. Thank you for the requests, though. ECM Show and Celtunist. Really appreciate it. I'll just play this piece one last time. This is the one that we were just working on. Great lesson. Wasn't it? Isn't it? I think it's a fun idea. I really want to see if this can grow. I hope people enjoy it. One last time I'll play this Fantasia 10 and we'll call it a day. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic, fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Bye, everyone. Peace. Also, quickly, I will just say, go check out my app. It's free to download. It's free to check out. I hope you get it. I hope you love it. It's called Mujo. Mujo is, in a sense, sponsoring this stream. So, yeah, I hope you like it. It's free to download, free to try out, and it is a practice journal integrated into a metronome sort of interface. I like the technique to stop the string noise. Absolutely. Yeah, it's great to just get that reminder about that, because it's a constant struggle, especially for me. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.